before.
Are you familiar with Libby?
Yes, I am.
Montana? Okay, so you know that it's asbestos, incredible impacts, serious problem. You have a document coming out called the Problem Formulation of Risk Evaluation for Asbestos. You're familiar with that, I assume?
Yes, Senator.
Okay, so it lays out how devastating asbestosis is, mesothelioma, cardiovascular, pulmonary, immunodeficiency diseases, the list goes on. Do you plan on finalizing that risk evaluation by December of this year?
Asbestos is one of the first 10 chemical substances that we're looking at under TSCA. We find it
Yep.
very important.
Yep.
We noted
Do you plan on finalizing that report by December of this year?
that is the goal. With the
Okay.
shutdown in January, we're
So
a little behind on that, but
Your budget also cuts that review account by 28%, nearly one-third. Is that going to have any impact on finalizing the risk evaluation report?
no, it should not have an impact on finalizing it. We're also doing a significant new use rule because we noted that there's a gap.
When
where
do you
some
anticipate,
asbestos
how
products
long
could be
after
imported.
how long after the risk evaluation report has been finalized do you anticipate it will take to pull asbestos off the market?
Well, as I noted, we also have a significant new use rule to try to stop the importation of new asbestos products into the United
Yeah, but that's
States.
not the
This is the
question.
first time
I
any
wanna know when it's
administration has
gonna be
addressed this
pulled
since
off
the
the
early
market.
90s.
We got
I
people
can't-
dying from this, okay? And it's not a pleasant death. Why is it out there? Everybody knows what the problem is. Why aren't we pulling it off the market? You're doing a risk evaluation.
We are.
You said it'd be done by December. Shouldn't it be pulled off the market? That risk evaluation, by the way, I think is going to be absolutely rock solid, no-brainer, because the evidence is there. How long will it take you to pull it off?
I can't prejudge a risk assessment before it's finished.
I can.
We get
And
into
so if
legal-
it is rock solid, how long will it take to
if it
pull
is
it off?
if it is rock solid, we will move quickly to pull it off the market.
Is that a month?
I will have to get back to you on the exact timing and how long. We're dealing with the new TSCA, which has never been implemented before.
Gotcha.
This is the first set of 10
gotcha.
chemicals
But-
ever put through the program.
All right. Asbestos has been around for a long time, though.
And we're the first administration to address this in 25
Clean
years.
air, all right. I got it, and I appreciate that, but because they didn't doesn't mean we shouldn't, okay?
Right.
All right. Clean air and clean water is something really important. We're just talking about air with Libby. Let's talk about water. Your predecessor said that Superfund cleanup was going to be one of his top priorities. And by the way, for all the criticisms put on your predecessor, he actually was moving forward with the Butte Superfund cleanup in Berkeley Pit in a positive way, talking with people on the ground, doing some things that are positive. Is Superfund cleanup still a priority for you?
Absolutely. And
So
I'm the first
if-
EPA administrator to
thank you.
visit Butte and Anaconda in over 20 years.
Appreciate that. So, right now, Butte's got one employee on the site for a few days a week. Your Superfund budget is going to be cut by over $100 million. How do you square that with cleaning up a Superfund site?
We have looking at our budget and looking at the resources, we have the people and the resources we need to get it cleaned up, and Butte is on schedule to be cleaned up with deletion by 2024. We don't believe the budget will impact that at all.
So, okay. So you're telling me that one employee on the site for only a few days a week now with this budget, and the budget coming up for next year being $100 million less, is going to keep that on schedule for cleanup?
That one employee is not the only employee working on this site. We have a Montana field office with 4 or 5 employees. Last week, I was in Denver, and I had a conference call with the Butte and Anaconda teams,
Yeah.
along with our Denver staff who are working on cleaning it up, and our Washington, D.C. staff. We probably had 30 staff involved in both of those sites
Good.
on the call.
I appreciate your attention to it. I just want to make a real quick comment because I'm over time, but there's a piece of land that was operated by Smurfett Stone west of Missoula, Montana, on the floodplain of the Clark Fork River. I would ask you to put that on your radar if it's not already on your radar. This is a piece of property that has chemicals buried on it. We don't believe that the barrels have broken open yet and dumped into the Clark Fork. But at the point they do, it becomes a much more expensive cleanup. And if there's an opportunity for you guys to get in there, and there's still people alive that know that site, and find out where that stuff is, as much as you possibly can. It may save a lot of heartache down the road. Thank you for being here, Mr. Wheeler.
Thank you, Senator.